It's your girl Sephora and welcome to another vlog. This vlog is going to be a very short one. You'll see stuff like, I went to restaurant, I do reviews and so forth. So stay tuned for the excitement and I'll see you soon. Remember to like, share, subscribe and leave a comment.
I touch that fire for you. I do that 3 more times again. I testify for you. I told that like you, that bitch. I do it all in a more rhyme. You scared to do. I'm not. As long as you joking now here for me.
Hey guys, so I know it has been a minute since I've picked up the camera, but I am so like I'm so busy. Like, you see, when you ask God for a blessing, sometimes you have to ask God for strength, because one of the prayer I prayed this year, I asked God to be so busy and so intentional with my goals, and it has been working. Now I have to be asking God for strength to how to navigate during this busy season of my life, which I love, but I'm just working on being a little more organized. I can organize things better, so I'm able to post, I'm able to work, I'm able to do so much. But I'm still here, and I know I said I'm going to be consistent. I'm really working so hard. Sometimes when I get home, I'm so tired. Like, all I can do is just bathe. All I can do is just shower, meditate, pray, and go to bed. But I'm working on it. It's just a very busy season right now, which I'm grateful for. I'm not complaining at all, but you'll definitely see more of what's going on. I prefer not to say anything as yet. As I said, I'm working towards some goals of mine, which it's working out, and I'm grateful for that. I don't want to say too much, but you guys will be updated soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Valentine. Yeah. 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 Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Only gone for a year, only roll like once. Life move fast when you know what you want. I guess I'm doing what I want. Hope you're doing what you want. What else? What you want?
So hey guys, I'm at Tom Thai. It's a Thai cuisine restaurant. I just had the Thai dumpling. It was really good. So now I'm waiting for the main course. I'll show you guys when it goes there, and I'll talk about the experience after everything, the service, the ambience, all of that. I'll rate it after finish. So my food is here. I ordered the pad Thai shrimp. I'm going to show it to you guys. So guys, this is what it looks like. With shrimp, noodles, peanuts on the top, sauteed vegetables. Yeah.
I'm going home, bitch. I'm putting you down. Putting you on. 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 I'm smacking their ass like strippers. I'm packing that A like flipper. This ice on me, I'm chilly. 3 times I went triple.
Alright guys, so I'm back from the restaurant. So I went to Tom Thai. It's a Thai cuisine type of restaurant. It's in Rockville Center. So the ambience, I would give the ambience a maybe 6.5 out of 10. It was okay, pretty small, very tight space. It was very packed. It seemed like a popular restaurant. So I checked TikTok for references, and I was like, all right, let me try this restaurant. The food, I had the pot sticker dumplings. They were so good. I'll give that a 9 out of 10. Then I had the the pad thai with shrimp. I'll insert pictures to show you what it looks like. That I didn't like it at all. The noodles were too sweet. There was too many peanuts on top of it. It was just, I didn't like it, so I give it like maybe a 5 out of 10. The wine was good. The service, I have to give them the service. The service was so good. It was so fast. They were friendly. The turnover rate for the tables was like this. I haven't seen that service in a restaurant, not a fast food restaurant, in a minute. It was so fast. In no time I order, I see the food coming out and I'm like, oh, I love this, you know. So service, I'll definitely give them a 9 out of 10. Perfect. Would I go again? Maybe not. It's not the worst, but I've had better, so no, I would not go back there. There are like too many options around the area for me to go back there. But yeah, that was my overall experience. Hey guys, so this portion of the video is spicy get to know me questions. So these questions were posted on my IG account and a few questions were asked, so I'm gonna answer them. So the first question is, what's your biggest red flag? My biggest red flag is someone who lacks ambition. Like, why you not ambition? So once you lack ambition, I cannot deal. Whether friends, family, relationship, no, I just cannot. What's your toxic trait in a relationship? So, Lord. All right, my toxic trait in a relationship is, say for instance, I block my partner from everything. Like, I expect you to find other ways of getting to me. So whether email, whether pop up on me somewhere or whatever. So that's definitely my toxic trait. Am I proud? No. Have you ever stalked someone online? Yes. What's your biggest turn on? My biggest turn on is someone who is very caring and does not play about me, especially behind my back. Like, yep, that's a big turn on. Have you ever ghosted someone? Too many times. Yes. What's the craziest rumors you've heard about yourself? So back in high school, in 3rd form, my best friend was in a fight with someone. So they started to argue at school, and we apparently took it on the road, downtown Kingston. So first of all, I was in the fight. I wasn't in the argument or anything, but of course my best friend was in argument with someone, and then she was in argument with someone, and that girl's friend started to defend her, and I was there. And of course, once me a friend in anything, me a friend another word too. So of course I'm gonna defend my friend, because fear our friend I defend her. So of course I'm gonna defend my friend, and as I come we end up fight. It was one big brawl in, I don't know if you know Parade, downtown Parade, across from Big Tree. One big fight. Police come all and power, bring me to police station, and you know me I beg them, said don't tell the school or whatever. Nonetheless, them tell the school and everything. Them call the school and, you know, give them a name and everything. No, I didn't know that when I was in the brawl right at Parade there. So Parade is where it's like a little bus terminal, a little section right there. I didn't know that someone in the bus from my community saw the fight and everything. And when I went back to school and everything, they put all of us in black and white. I almost got suspended, but because of good grades and, you know, good behavior, they were like, what happened? They were more like surprised as to what happened. That's the only reason why I didn't get kicked from school. And to my surprise, there were persons in my community at the time talking about I was fighting over Dr. Man. Dr. Man, downtown Kingston. So that was like a rumor. Like, I was so upset because for I don't even friend doctor. I mess out of everything just because I want to fight on the road. That means that man me a war over, which I would never ever. I will never ever war over a man. Like, somebody definitely have to put me in a situation to defend myself, but I would never go and pick fight or war over a man, no matter what that. So that was one of the biggest rumor, and that stick up to today that I heard about myself. Yep. So what's the most attractive thing someone can do? Well, for me, the most attractive thing someone can do for me is to be loyal, especially behind my back. You know, like have my back in my absence. That's very attractive to me. What's your never again experience? I'm sorry, my never again experience I cannot talk that one on camera, my dear. No, that's not too personal. That's too personal. I can't answer that. What's your guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure is shopping. Even when I don't need to, like, it's that bad. Definitely my guilty pleasure. I get so much pleasure in doing it. Yep. So the next question is, what's one thing you'll never post online? And I don't think I'll ever post the person I'm dating or married. I'll never post. I'll never post that. I believe that something should be kept sacred. You know? That's what I believe. Anyway, what's something you secretly judge people for? I secretly judge people for continuous poor decisions, you know? Like, this is your life. Do you love your life? Why are you continuously making poor decisions? And when you realize, and if it's the case where you can't, you don't know, like, why you don't seek help, why you continuously make poor decisions, you know, like, you don't value your life. Yeah, that's definitely one thing. You ever stayed longer than you should have because you were attached? Definitely. I've stayed in a situation where it should have ended when it started. It should have ended when it started. And trust me, that situation taught me so many lessons that I didn't need to experience in order to know. So yeah, I've definitely stayed, and that is why now I run a strict program. I don't play. Like, I'll cut you off. I don't care how many years. I don't care I don't care how long we've been affiliated. From you've crossed certain boundaries. Nah. Super protective of my space and my aura. Super protective. So 2 more questions. Ever wanted someone more after you've lost interest? After they lost interest? I would say it briefly happened to me. One time I wanted the person more when they were no longer interested, but that was for a short period, because one thing with me, I get over things. Like, I don't make nothing stay up here, so I'm mad me. No, I get over things and situation. Like, it really have to hit me like certain way, but other than that, I'll pass. I'm gonna pass that situation. I'm gonna get over it for sure. This one says, have you ever acted cold while secretly caring too much? Definitely. There was a situation in Jamaica. I was with someone at the time, and you know, we broke up and so forth, and apparently the person took it hard. My actions at the time, the person took it hard, and you know, one thing leads to a next. So apparently at the time, people around me thought I was cold, because of how I reacted to the situation. But little did they know I cared. I really cared. I cared a lot. It's just that, I don't know, at the time I think I didn't know how to respond to the situation. You know, I've never experienced that. And instead of everybody expecting me to have compassion towards the situation and this and that, my response was the opposite. You know, my actions showed the opposite. But deep down, I cared. Up to today, that person was like, oh, you were so cool, this, that. And I could not convince the individual that, listen, even in that situation, I cared. Like, it was ripping me apart inside. But for some reason, my actions was displaying the opposite, that I was cold, which I wasn't. So have you ever pretended to move on just to protect your ego? Yes. Yes, I've done that in the past. What's something you notice immediately about people? Immediately. Dressing and energy. Immediately. Like how you present yourself. Immediately. So you could be walking like a distance and I see you. Immediately, the first thing I notice is your appearance, how you carry yourself. That there and then tells me how you care for yourself, you know, because if you love yourself and care for yourself, you would bring yourself a certain way, you know. So immediately, that's the first thing. The second thing is energy, you know. Yeah. Have you ever wanted closure but knew contacting them was a terrible idea? Yeah, most definitely. Then there and then I had to learn how to move on without closure. And I learned that it's okay. And you won't always get closure. And guess what? Life goes on, you know? Life goes on. One more question for bonus. Let me see if I can find a spicy. Have you ever wanted revenge after a breakup? Yes. Yes. So bad. After a breakup, yes, want revenge. But you know, that was something I had to pray about. I had to do some introspection. Man, I have to really look into myself and, you know, step out of it. But yeah, there was this particular situation where I eventually look bad, like me saying I'm plan it out. And when we realize when I go down a dark part, we have to catch myself and say, you know what? I'll let God deal with you. Karma will deal with you. I'ma just wash my hand of that situation. But yes. So that's the end of the spicy getting to know me questions. If you have any other questions, leave it down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. You know, just react to this video. And you can also put in the comments like ideas of videos you'd want to see more, or you know, any suggestions you guys have. Just leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the support, and until then, I'll see you. Bye.